Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the geometric sketchpad to create an equilateral triangle tessellation. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to create your equilateral triangle. Start with a segment, okay, any length, it doesn't matter. Just start with a segment. And you're going to have to take that segment and rotate it 60 degrees. So select one endpoint, make it explode. You've got the segment selected, select the other endpoint, transform, rotate 60 degrees. Okay, and say rotate. That gives you the first one. The second one, we're going to select that as the endpoint of rotation, select the segment and the endpoint, and we're going to rotate this one. However, instead of 60 degrees, we're going to go all the way around the other way, so that would be 300 degrees. Hit rotate. There's your equilateral triangle. Okay, so we've got it. You can stretch it. You can find out how big you want it. And then we're going to create the tessellation on that. So the first thing we were going to do with the triangular tessellation, you don't translate like you do something on one side and translate it. You have to construct it on one side and rotate it over to the other side by 60 degrees. You do that on one side to the other, and then on the bottom you find a midpoint. You create a shape on half side and rotate it 180. Okay? So let's start with something simple on the left side. You want to start at the end point. Create something that you think might be interesting. Again, I don't know what interesting is. Sometimes it just, you change it and it does something unique. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to select all of it. So the points and the segments in between. Remember, you can manipulate it after you've moved it. You're not set with this design. Okay, so I select that. I select the vertex up here, double click on that one because that's your rotation. Transform, rotate, and we're going to go 60 degrees. Okay, and so rotate. Oops, I think I forgot a segment in there. Okay, well that's easy. We can just, let's click on segment tool and join that last one to the end. I forgot that one. Okay, so you can see it just took it, the whole segment over here, rotated it to the other side. That works. If I don't like it, remember, whatever you move on the left has an equal movement on the right, the segment that you translated. So if you see something that you might want to change, just play with it. You're not set in stone here. I'm just going to just play with it for a little bit, see if I can get something that's a little bit more interesting. Let's bring this one in a little bit. That'll poke out a little bit. Okay. So once you get something that you think is a little more interesting, you're done with that side. Let's work on the bottom. Select a midpoint. So construct midpoint. And doing the same method, make some segments down on the bottom. So I'll go zig, zag, zig, zag. And let's rotate that by 180. Now I've got to be really careful with this one because this one, when it rotates, I don't want it to intersect this guy over here because that's going to create something bad. So I'm going to have to move him down a little bit. Let's see if we can be really careful about rotation with this one. So again, select everything, the segments in between, all your little points. We'll erase them later, but we'll select all of those guys. Okay. And then select the midpoint as the point of rotation, transform, rotate, this time 180, going all the way around. Okay, rotate. Now see, I've got some intersection here. That's bad. You don't want it to do that. So what I'm going to have to do, that's the point that's intersecting. So I'm going to switch their direction. So instead of this, where it's intersecting on that right side, I'm moving it over here. Now nothing's intersecting, so I'm in good shape. Okay, and we can see if this is interesting, if I like that or not, play with it. Remember, you're going to have to see what you see in your own drawing. I don't know what you're going to see, but try it. So I don't need the triangle anymore. So we're going to select that. So you can hold the shift key down, select all the segments of your triangle, display, hide the segments. There's your shape. All right, so now if I want the shape and not all the points, I'm going to hide the points. So remember, you have to go around in order. Doesn't matter where you start, just go around clockwise or counterclockwise and select all the points. And then we're going to hide them because we don't want those in our tessellation. So go up here, hide, hide, all the way around. Good. Display, hide points. Okay, why are you guys still there? Did I not get you? Okay, let's hide those points. Okay, so there it is. He didn't go away. What's wrong with you? Sorry about that. Hide point. Okay, so there's my tessellation. So what I'm going to do is just play with it. So I'm going to select the whole thing. I'm going to see if I can construct. I'm going to copy it. Let's copy it. Let's paste a picture of it right next to it and see if we can. Let's get rid of that. You know what I'm going to do instead? We're going to select the whole thing. We're going to try to rotate it. So let me select the whole thing first. Move it down a little bit. Okay. And after you select the whole thing, double click at the very top point. That would have been the vertex of the original triangle. Let's transform the whole shape by 60 degrees. Okay, and if you did it right, it should fit together. All right, we'll do it again. We'll transform, rotate one more time, 60 degrees. Ooh, look at what we've got. We've got a tessellation happening. Rotate 60. See how it works all the way around? Rotate 60. Last one should complete the puzzle. Rotate 60. There we go. There is one complete rotation of your shape. Now, the other pieces of it will fit into here, but what I need to do is I need to find my original piece. I need to copy it over in my white square so that I can take it and show that it will fit together. Okay, so if I undo all this rotation, I undo it to the point where all my points are still showing there. Now I can construct the polygon interior. Okay, I'm going to copy this guy. Okay, so let's copy him. So we're going to copy him. We're going to paste him over here. Okay, let's drag this guy over here a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get him to rotate the way I want. I think if I grab that, I don't think he's going to rotate nicely. Yeah, he's going to do something weird. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hold off on a second. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. All right, so let's delete the copy. Let's go back to where I hid the points. Okay, let's make the polygon interior, go to display, and let's make the polygon interior back to the white. We don't need it to be a color right now. All right, and let's select all the points again and hide them. So that step we can avoid because I don't think we're going to be able to rotate it the way we want in GSP. It doesn't have the capability to grab it and turn it around like it does on a Illustrator document, and that's where I'm going. So let's take this, let's go back and hide all the points. I don't know why those two just stick. That's very strange. All right, they're probably going to do that same thing again where this bottom one's still there. All right, so we'll hide all the points. Hide points. Okay, so we're going to copy the whole shape. Okay, so say copy. We're going to open Illustrator and go in here. We're going to create a new file, new, and call this your triangle tessellation. Okay, and let's make it so it is print form, and we're going to make it so it's in inches, and 8.5 by 11 is fine, so say okay. Let's copy it in here. There it is. We want to make sure that the paths are all good, so what we can do is zoom in, make sure that you see everything connected nicely, and if you make it in GSP, all those ends should be okay. So hit Command and negative sign to get it to shrink back down to normal. Okay. Now, if I take this guy, and I believe I can, I wonder if I can rotate the whole thing, if it's going to rotate nicely. Is it going to rotate, or is it going to do something weird? Well, I copied it. Okay, select it, get it back down here again. There should be an arrow where I can rotate the whole thing. Where is it? Let me pause. Okay, so here we have our shape, and then we want to show that it can be rotated. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into select everything. Okay, we can copy it. So copy the shape, paste the shape. Okay, let's move this out of the way for a minute. We want to see if we can fit it down below, because remember, we took this original one and we fit it all the way around. But let's go down here to the free transform tool. Okay, so that takes this and puts a box around it. So let's bring this guy down here. Let's grab one of the edges where it has this, see the arrows at the top? You want to turn the whole thing around. Okay, and I believe if you did it just so, it will fit right inside there. Bam. So that shows you that if I've got this correctly done, there's going to be enough of them all the way around the other side. Okay, so that is how you will transform it. You can double check it, but you have your shape. We need to get rid of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all of it. Okay, we're going to go up to the, let me move this up so you can see what's going on here. So we select everything. This should be a red slash. This should be a black. Okay, the stroke, you have to enter it in, should be 0.0001. Hit enter. Now you've got it, so you're going to save it. So you're going to go to Save As, Triangle Tessellation. Now you're going to change this to PDF. Don't touch anything else. Notice it's going to the desktop. Hit Save PDF. We're good to go. You're going to go into your Google. You're going to go to bit.ly/m3make. Okay, once that goes in, you know how to go from here. So you're going to hit your name. You're going to go here. You're going to say project for a class. You're going to say date for pickup. Why don't you give us a week or so? So 03/22 would be perfect. We're going to say that it is a laser cut. And we are going to make it plywood, 1/8 of an inch thick. We're going to say vector. We're going to choose the natural because that's what you do when it's wood, and add a file. So add file, select file. Remember what you called it. You called it Triangle Tessellation PDF. Open it, upload it, and life is grand when it says yay, submit. So now you have one tile, and what will happen is it'll get taken into our file, and we will print 6 or 8 of them so you can see how they all fit together. Okay, thanks for watching.